Hello, guys, and welcome to the channel. I'm Marv. This is Readings by Marveloustribe. This is going to be a 3-card energy read, closing the energy out for the month. This is going to be for the beautiful sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Leo, everything you need is below in the description box for you and your collective and independent comment. If you're interested in a personal reading, please go and book that at www.marvelouslamadame.com. And stay tuned on April the 1st, which is April Fool's Day. It won't be an April Fool's joke, but for a big announcement and details on the upcoming candle store relaunch. And with that, this is for Leo. Leo, we will be going into energy that's around you, you to them, or them to you. We always read it from your perspective. Please take what resonates and read and leave the rest, okay? I will be reading the cards intuitively to start. Then I will be clarifying each and closing us out. All right, you definitely got two queens in your energy. We're leading with the Queen of Swords. This queen does not like lies, tricks, cheats, and deceits, okay? She does not play that. There is an energy around you. Maybe you feel deceived. Maybe you feel cheated. Whatever it is, you have put some boundaries up, put some space between you and another. Maybe there was something that was said. You don't like what was said. You feel like you were lied to. You feel like you were bamboozled. Unfortunately, this separation that you have with this other individual, person, place, or thing, whatever you have separated yourself to or from, people, places, or things, you definitely are losing sleep over this, Leo. 9 of Swords is in the heart place. It looks like you're doing this. I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to resonate with you more if you have any air. It looks like in your emotional houses, maybe in your rising, maybe in your sun, or maybe in your Mars, your Venus, or your Mars. I would say air signs, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, because Leo, this is definitely an energy of you feeling like you're doing what you must do. I will clarify in a second. And, at the end of the day, our Queen of Wands, which is the last card in this energy in this blended deck, represents strength. You feel like you are tapping on your strength, but a lot of you feel like you're doing what you must do. Let me give you a word of advice. If this was something and you are, what I'm feeling before I even clarify it, okay, is that you feel that you are giving back the same energy that was given to you. Please be careful with that. And I'm going to give you this advice because especially if you are a Leo sun, because I feel that when you're looking through certain conversations through that lens, especially if you have an air moon, you have a tendency to overthink. We want to look at things from a standpoint of what is logical. And a lot of times we think we're being logical, and in actuality, we are in our feelings. So please examine who you are as you're dealing with this, because sometimes that Leo energy, especially if it's, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, you have to understand that we all don't like the way we may like information to come to us in a certain way, Leo Collective, but I am getting an energy off of this read that the boundary that was put up is based upon feelings and not logic, although you feel you may be being logical about it. It typically may be in your world, but in this reading, it is not. And why do I say that? It has nothing to do with the Queen of Swords, the boundary itself. It has nothing to do with the Queen of Wands, which is strength, but this is an individual who will move and shake and marches by the beat of his or her own drum. It's the fact that although you're doing all of this, you got a lot of anxiety about it, which means that you're not walking in your truth. Now, had this been any other card, I wouldn't have said anything. But how do you put up a boundary with someone or put separation between you and another individual because of whatever the reason is, and it's causing you anxiety and you are not even getting any sleep over it? Then that means that there's something within what you're doing that doesn't sit well with you because it's not representative of how you really feel. That's what that means. So I want you to be very careful as you are doing what you think you must do. All right. Queen of Wands being clarified by the Four of Pentacles makes sense. Our Nine of Swords being clarified by the Hierophant. And yes, the Queen of Wands is being clarified by the Five of Wands. So yes, my prediction was right. It came out that way. I can't make it up. I'm going to let you know right now before I get into the clarifiers. Again, I'm going to remind you, especially because I am maybe dealing with someone who does have that combination. I'm going to shoot straight, guys. So we're going to get right into this because I can already feel folk telling me that, or feeling like this doesn't resonate. Guys, you have to understand that readings I can be tapping into anybody that's listening's energy. I don't know you personally, so I normally don't have to say that in Leo's video, but at the same time, I am getting a little bit of stubbornness in this reading because what's clarifying my Queen of Swords is exactly the Four of Pentacles, and I can't make it up. So I don't want you to think that just because you can't see it that I'm playing, because I don't got time for that. But moving on, Leo Collective. So yeah, it's being clarified by Four of Pentacles, which means that there is something within this boundary, as I felt, that is not being looked at properly. A Four of Pentacles is a stingy energy. It's the energy of wanting to hold on, wanting to possess. And what you're wanting to hold on to is the situation itself. You didn't like something in it, and you're giving someone back their energy, and there's nothing wrong with that if you feel like you've been done wrong, but the reason why you're doing it is all based upon fire, and it's not based upon logic, although it is being masked in logic. Okay, I'm telling you what I see. Four of Pentacles is definitely clarifying this. Now, if this is the other person, then that's what they're doing. So you may be feeling like, I'm only doing, this person is stingy. This person, it refuses to look at the bigger picture, and they're masking it behind what's logical. Let me tell you guys, I know a couple of them, and this is what they do. I'm telling you. And this may be how someone is doing you. So it doesn't matter, you to them or them to you. This is what I'm seeing. It's an inability to look at the bigger picture. They don't want to look at the bigger picture, or maybe you don't want to look at the bigger picture. It's, I'm holding on to this, mine, this thought, something within the miscommunication. I'm harping on this. I'm holding on to this. And as a result, I'm putting space between me and you. It's given big immaturity energy. I'm telling you right now. And, if this is what you feel like this person has done to you, Leo Collective, then that is 100%. I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm just telling you what I see. You're definitely losing sleep over this, or it's not sitting well with you, but yet you're moving. That's definitely a impulsive, not looking at the bigger picture type of energy. I'm just mad because you mad at me. That is a pet peeve of mine and adults, but we're going to move on. And this Nine of Swords being clarified by the Hierophant, which is a definite indication that whoever this energy is, you toward them or them toward you, this person that resonates with this knows damn well that they need to step up and be the higher version of them and set this ego garbage to the side and speak their truth. Why allow something to give you anxiety and make you lose sleep, all because you're trying to prove a point to the next person that if they don't care, you don't care? It's so childish, but this is what I see. And then the Queen of Wands, which is the queen, is your energy as a Leo. But in this deck, it's really talking about being strong, and you're having to convince yourself to stay on a course that is causing you anxiety, which is a contradiction in itself. That's the reason why I'm saying that there definitely is some air in here, because you have to look at what is ruling your emotions. And that is going to always provide you with a clue of why you may be coming off a certain way. You can't get mad at that. So that's being clarified by fighting. So there's something that was done, an action that was taken, because it is an energy of the Queen of Wands. Let me put some fat on your head about this Queen of Wands for a second. You know, the Queen of Wands is a very passionate person. She knows what she wants. She's strong. She's independent. He or she, very sociable, very caring, and found at the center of most communities, inspiring, helping to bring groups of folks together. Now, let's talk about the low vibratory energy of a Queen of Wands and how certain things that involve this type of energy can be misconstrued. I'm just saying. Now, not everybody may have the confidence or the natural ability to facilitate a group or inspire. So that type of personality is involved in this. Now, what happens when you have that type of personality is that you may, just like a Libra that's trying to balance both sides, often gets called phony and playing all ends off the middle. So can this Queen of Wands. So whatever took place between you and another person, and actually, while I'm sitting here talking, let me go ahead and clarify this fight. There was multiple individuals in this fight, or multiple parts of this fight, because she is being clarified, or this energy is being clarified by a 5 of Wands. So there is discord, and there was some type of situation that has caused you to not fool with some folks. Why is this 5 of Wands here before we close Leo out? Yep, see, Queen of Wands, the Queen of Wands. It looks like there was a battle of egos. What's clarifying this is the Queen of Wands. 2 strong individuals who head butted, and now it's a matter of I'm not backing down, I'm not backing down. And it's so petty. It's so petty. But that's what it is. We do have, the 5 of Pentacles. Someone is definitely feeling left out in the cold and betrayed by these words or these actions. And is deciding so we have the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles. It's all ego. It's all I'm going to do. It's vindictiveness. Top of the deck is the moon. Yeah. Up and down. Some days you feel like F this person. The other days you feel like you go up and down, and all of this is fear and illusion. So what I'm going to say is back to what I was saying to begin with. You know, this was a fight or an argument or something that basically got everybody all riled up. And now this is where you sit. What's looking back at me is a 2 of Wands and the Ace of Swords as I wrap this up. The only major arcana here that remains is the Hierophant. Even the blended energy of this Queen of Wands is not a major arcana in this deck. But the clarifying energy does show the Hierophant. And this is all about the higher you. I feel that in this particular reading, the way these cards came out, this is about the higher you, but it also is about the way you were raised, the way you were taught. It's tradition. So it's like maybe this is something that you always do. Maybe there's a pattern. Maybe when someone tells you something, or when someone tells this other person something, I don't care which one of you guys it is, there is a tendency to run and hide and shut down and do this little kid stuff. So that's what I'm seeing. The Hierophant is here and what remains. And that is clarifying the anxiety. So I can't make it up. What this Ace of Swords is telling me, though, Leo, is that there is a newfound perspective, and there's going to be a decision to right this situation, to just confront it, to get it out of the way, because it seems like, based upon the third deck that I introduced to actually clarify the fight, that there is a lot of respect for you and this other person. And, you know, it has to be a better way to communicate on whatever brought this fight about, whatever brought this disagreement about. Okay. And that's what I see. Interesting energy right at the tail end of the eclipse. Like, share, and subscribe to the Marvelous Tribe. Everything you need is below in the description box for you and your collective. It is always a pleasure, Leo, and I'll see you in April. Bye, guys.